very, very excited about this week. Homecoming is a wonderful event. Great opportunity to showcase the university, the football team. If you have any questions of myself or of Leon, then we would love to answer those for you, wouldn't we, Leon?
Yes.
We would, yes.
Coach, one thing that would be a big benefit to you being here was obviously recruiting. Found that you go in and the kids know who you are? Is it more their parents?
Yes, it's mostly the parents, and the kids always have the great jokes, though. Their parents always reminds them of the two infamous plays. and so I have to deal with that all the time.
In a career overshadowed by two infamous plays, number 78, Leon Lett, was an intimidating defensive tackle for the Dallas Cowboys in the 1990s and a vital player in their Super Bowl success.
Leon Lett was a great player. As an offensive lineman, when he wasn't in the game, you're like, thank goodness, we don't have to contend with him right now. He was an impossible guy to get your hands on.
And they hit Peterson as he's trying to hand it off. Leon Lett causing a fumble, which Lett will cover at the 43.
He was a dominant inside player. He made everybody else on the D-line better. And I think that Leon will never get the credit he deserves because everybody will remember him for his two mistakes.
Fourth down to throw. Pressure, sack by Jeffco. And fumble. And Leon Lett picks it up to the 40. Oh, look out, here he goes. Here comes Leon to the 20. Go Leon! Oh, Leon Lett has it knocked out of his hand. It's a fumble. He had it knocked out of his hand. It's not going to be a touchdown. No, it's not.
Super Bowl XXVII, it was awesome. It was my first time in LA. I had a really good game. I stripped Thurman Thomas. We got the fumble recovery.
Looked like Leon Lett got in there and stripped the ball.
So late in the game, we were up by 40 points or so. All of a sudden, I got the ball in my hand and I'm running down the field and past Zadina. And I'm saying to myself, this is the Super Bowl. 1 million people are watching. What are you going to do? I had a dance in mind. Michael Jackson just did the halftime show, so I was going to do the Billie Jean or something, maybe. I still have to give Don the credit, and I always have, because who chases down a guy when you're losing by 35 points? He did, and it was a great play, and it's a teaching lesson for me to always finish, but also to never give up.
Thanks to the tenacity of Bills receiver Don Beebe, Lett became a punching bag for fans.
Give the ball to Leon! Give the ball to Leon! Give the ball to Leon!
And a permanent part of football vocabulary.
And he almost did his Leon Lett.
He almost did.
He had the ball out.
And he's got a touchdown! Oh my goodness! He fumbled the ball at the goal line! Can you say Leon Lett?
Bloopers are a part of the game. But Lett's other famous mistake, which happened 10 months later with the game on the line, was much harder to laugh off.
It's a 41-yarder, and it's blocked! It's blocked and rolling around at the 10-yard line. Jimmy Jones got the block, and no one... Yes! Oh, Leon Lett! Leon Lett! Oh, my goodness gracious. I think they get another shot. This is Miami's ball.
There were a lot of us didn't know immediately that Leon Lett had done something wrong because it's an obscure rule that in that circumstance, it's a live ball if you touch it. It was just a chaotic play. It was like, what the hell's going on? And you really didn't realize until just after the fact that, wow, this guy had just cost his team a game.
Here we go with 3 seconds left. They get another chance to win the game. The snap is back. The kick is up. Miami wins.
At that moment, I wanted to just crawl in the hole there at Texas Stadium and just disappear.
I was looking for Leon. Leon was back in the training room, and big old 275, 280-pounder, you know, tears in his eyes, and he's afraid he's going to get cut.
I just sat there, and I was like cold, freezing. It was a very cold game.
You know, I grabbed him there in the training room. I said, Leon, I said, hey, yeah, you made a mistake, but there were all kinds of mistakes in that game, and you know, you don't worry about it because as long as I'm here, you're going to be a Dallas Cowboy.
A girl from one of the schools had sent him a note and said, gosh, Leon, don't worry about it. Last year during the Super Bowl, There was this guy that was going in to score a touchdown and had the ball ripped out of his hands right before he scored. Don't worry about it. People make mistakes all the time. Happened to be the same guy.
I had a couple death threats and got called several names and a couple of racist fan mail. It took a while for me to deal with that, but it made me a better player. It made me tougher. And so then it started to motivate me to just want to go out and prove people wrong.
Though Lett bounced back from his on-field miscues to earn 2 trips to the Pro Bowl, mistakes he made off the field hurt him the most, as he was suspended 3 times for violating the NFL's drug policy.
Those were some dark times in my life. I felt kind of helpless. I would like to say that I'm the strong guy that went through it and did it by myself, but I had the support of my family, the support of Jerry Jones and the Dallas Cowboys organization. And I wish I had those opportunities back, and we may have won another Super Bowl or 2. But I know that I made those mistakes, and I've grown from them and moved forward.
Y'all ready to go? Yeah. Good, looking good. I'm Leon Lett, 3-time Super Bowl champion with the Dallas Cowboys.
Dedicated now to sharing his life lessons, Lett is an active supporter of youth football.
Say it, hut. Good job. Say hit.
And has also started a coaching career. Working with the defensive tackles at the University of Louisiana at Monroe, Lett's past, the good and the bad, is seen as his greatest asset.
We've all had great things that have happened to us. We've all had mistakes. Sometimes those get out in the public, sometimes they don't. He's made mistakes, and he owns up to those things. He fesses up to that, and he can share those experiences, and I think that's a wonderful, wonderful teaching opportunity for a coach with a player.
Just rip, don't club. See how you get hung? Yeah. Now, if you club me first, then go to the rip. You get what you want, right?
His game knowledge is key, as opposed to somebody dictating to me. Everything as far as alignment and assignment, it's unreal how much game knowledge he actually has.
You may only get 2 or 3 single rush, yeah. So you gotta make them count, man.
I think he's working really hard to trying to create a reputation for himself besides the one that he has.
Smooth. I know
he wants to put all that behind him and move on and become a better ball coach and create a new legacy for himself.
He really didn't deserve the reputation of a guy that made really dumb plays because he had been so good for the Cowboys. He was such an integral part of their Super Bowl runs.
After a year marked by his 2 embarrassing plays, Lett faced the Bills again in Super Bowl XXVIII and made the play that changed the game.
Kelly with an inside handoff to Thomas, and he's knocked down and a fumble. And the Cowboys pick it up, and here comes James Washington to the 30. For the 20, cuts right. Waits for a convoy to the 15. Washington to the 5. James Washington. Touchdown Cowboys. A 41-yard return of a fumble caused by Leon Lett. What a play Lett made.
I guess the redemption was having a chance to start and win in Super Bowl XXVIII. The Super Bowl ring is my favorite, for that reason.
It's kind of hard to laugh at someone that won 3 Super Bowls, Yeah, he made a couple bad plays that you see on the Follies all the time, but still, to try to compare that against the successes that he had, I think we would all take that.
He's a lovable guy, man. I love Coach Lett. Seriously, that's something you don't say about too many people, and I'm appreciative to have him as my coach and just in my life, period.
They're going for it. Down 2 touchdowns with 2:55 to go. Here's Robinson, 4th and 11. Back to throw, steps up. He fumbles, picks it up. Warhawks after him, and he's going to be knocked down. The Warhawks have defeated Troy in the 2010 homecoming game.
I do feel at home right now. This is home. I really feel like this is where I should be. This is where God has me right now, and I want to perform to the best of my abilities.
Where the fight?